got very mixed feelings about August. Coaching stuff, teaching stuff, and book stuff. August is an adjustment. I'm absolutely bored out of my mind watching the show. Hello and welcome to a new vlog. Welcome to Monday. Welcome to August. It's August 1st. I have very mixed feelings about that. I have very mixed feelings about August in general, but also like it's almost time for the fall semester to start. I'm really not ready to get back into teaching. Like, this is the least ready I have felt for a new semester ever. I just don't have that excitement this summer. So yeah, I've got very mixed feelings about August, but I can't change it. Like, I can't rewind the clock. So it's August, whether I like it or not, so I may as well just embrace it. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. Camp Nano is done. If you wanna see how that worked out, go watch the last vlog. I did a lot of writing. A lot of writing. I can't believe how much I did. So Camp Nano ended strong, and according to Scrivener, for this month and next month, if I want to finish the first draft of Royal Romance by the end of September, so 2 months from now, I only need to do like 520 something words a day, Monday through Friday. So that progress that I made during July will be very worth it to now have a very reasonable daily writing goal, and I think I will probably be able to chip away at that a little bit more before the semester starts towards the end of this month, so that when the semester does start it might be like below 500, which I feel like even on a day that I'm teaching I could probably still manage that. It also means that it's a low enough number that I can keep doing it while I finish editing Independent Hearts 2, and then also while I outline Across the Pond 4, which I've pretty much decided I want Across the Pond 4 to be my NaNoWriMo project in November. So I need to have a really solid outline, if not even start writing it before NaNoWriMo starts. So I've got a lot of work to do because I also want to publish Independent Hearts 2 before NaNoWriMo. So I'm hoping that by November I'm editing Royal Romance 1 and writing Across the Pond 4, and Independent Hearts 2 will be fully up and out. If not by October, then certainly launch week needs to happen like the beginning of November for that. So August, there's a lot of stuff to do. So today, I did not sleep well last night. I'm feeling really slow and sluggish. I also have a call scheduled with a friend just to catch up. So I need to go eat some food, some lunch before that. So I'm not sure how much work I'm going to get done today because most of it's going to get pushed. It's already noon, so afternoon. So I've got less than an hour before my friend is going to call. So I'll have the rest of the afternoon to try to get some work done. So I want to do my 500 something words to keep up with this project. I don't want those words to start piling up again. I want to start reading through Independent Hearts 2, preparing for my line edit draft, and I need to set up my planner. So my planner, I've printed out the pages for August, but like nothing has been set up, nothing's been planned yet. I haven't done my monthly brain dump for all my tasks, so need to do a lot of planning today. So I think today is going to be a big kind of plan with me for August, setting some goals, figuring out what needs to happen this month to kind of set me up for a good fall and early winter, finishing out the year strong, and yeah, just taking it easy on Monday and on the first day of August and all of that. it's been a good day, but I had a great conversation with my friend. We were on for like 3 hours, which was about an hour and a half longer than I anticipated. I knew we would talk for a while. Didn't think it would be quite that long. That's fine. It was fun. It was really fun. So I'm glad we got to chat. But now I have to try to get some work done today. So I've made myself a cup of cold brew iced latte. I have put the sun blockers back up in. I'm just gonna close because it's actually starting to give me a headache now. It's time to close that up completely. I think we might be done with the storms, at least for now. It is warming back up to like 103, 104 for the foreseeable future. I'm channeling my cozy cabin vibes, and it's August now, so I can kind of pretend it's almost fall. So that's making me crave fall a little bit more. Even though it's my book candle, and I don't think I'm going to be doing much work on Independent Hearts today. I am going to be doing some planning in the book. I'm going to light the applewood and amber candle because it is perfect for that. Not quite done with summer, but also not fully yet fall type of mindset. So gonna burn this one. I've got my planner, so I'm gonna start planning. I need to fill out everything for August, but then I also need to finish setting up and planning for this week. So I'm gonna get all of that done, and then I will pop back on and chat with you guys and kind of show you how I've set everything up. I have switched back to the weekly pages in the planner. The daily was good for July, and did I do it in June as well? I was doing the June one, the daily pages, day on one page from the Charm Life Master Planner for all of June and all of July, and that worked. That was good, but now we're getting back to a time where my schedule is getting busier, but I'm also kind of doing fewer tasks, if that makes, like, my tasks are getting bigger, so I'm doing fewer of them in a day. Whereas I feel like throughout the summer, some of the days I just had a few appointments or calls or errands, plus I had a lot of like little tasks that I was doing or bigger projects that I was breaking up into smaller tasks, and so I needed the extra space that the daily pages provided. But I feel like during the semester, I just like being able to see my whole week on one 2-page spread, and I don't need as much space because I'm doing fewer things that just take up more time, if you will. Like grading papers, that's easily sometimes at least an hour, if not 2 or 3 hours of my day. So that takes up a lot of space in the day, but not as much space on my task list. Anyway, I'm going to get everything set up, and then we can talk more about goals and expectations and hopes and dreams for August and beyond. I'm going to be focusing on coaching stuff, teaching stuff, and book stuff. So those are kind of the 3 categories. So I do need to get out all of my various highlighters because I color code everything. So I'm going to put on some kind of cozy work with me video, I think, to have that going in the background, and try not to take more than like 30-ish minutes because I do still need to do my writing for the day, and I need to do, I don't know that I'm going to do any editing today. I'd wanted to start getting back into that. I don't know that I'm going to really, my brain is really tired, both from it being later in the day and from not sleeping well. So I think instead of reading in the Independent Hearts manuscript today, I'm going to do some more reading in this because I got up to the section on line editing, and that is also kind of the stage that I'm starting to be at as far as the book is concerned. I will probably plan first, then write, then with whatever time remains in the evening, read intuitive editing. I'm going to try to cut myself off in less than 1,000 words when it comes to writing, but we'll talk about that when I get there. So, okay, cool chat. This was fun. Now I'm going to start planning. Alrighty. Okay, I think I've got things mostly planned. We'll see how things go. Where are we at? It is now 5:23. Can probably work for another hour. I have got my planner all set up. I've got my task list for the month listed out. I'm not going to show you in like great detail, but like roughly here's how I've got it. I've got it color coded with 6 tasks per color code. Pink tasks are creative tasks. So that's YouTube videos I want to film, projects I'm outlining, writing, doing book cover work, things like that. Green is teaching related. So green is back in my planner for the first time in 3 months. I'm not ready to see green again, but it is what it is. Purple is personal and blue is business admin. So either book admin or coaching work admin stuff. So it's all the businessy, logistical type of things. Some of the things I'm trying to work on, it's a lot. I'm limiting myself to 6 because that's kind of roughly 1 to 2 tasks from each category that I need to do each week. And some of these are smaller, some of these are bigger. So like for the pink tasks, I need to do my cover design presentation for Independent Hearts finally. It's been on my list for ages. I need to finally do it because I need to start sketching, and I don't want to start sketching until I've put together my presentation. So I'm going to do that tomorrow, I think. Then doing the cover sketch. Before the semester starts, I at least want a fully finished line sketch that I am importing into Photoshop, because that's the hardest and most fiddly part. Then the next stage is just kind of playing with colors and figuring out the color palette and playing with all of that. And then once that's done, then it's easy to color it all in and then add in all of the text copy, the title, the tagline, all of that stuff. And I actually have a good portion of that. Like I've got the title. That's the hardest part, honestly. Other authors, let me know. Do you guys struggle coming up with titles? Titling my books is my least favorite part because they're so important. And so you want to have a good title, but it needs to fit the book, it needs to fit the market, it needs to fit the genre. There's so much the title has to do. And then you also need to pick one that hasn't been used. And that's the really hard part. It's like you might find one that's like perfect, and then someone else has taken it. Like I had an idea popped in my head for book 2, and then I realized it was both the title of a Netflix film and it was a title of a book that's coming out in September. They've already got a pre-order up, so it feels like it's already been taken. I've seen people use the same book title, even though Amazon doesn't really want you to do that, and they say that in their terms of services. I see it all the time. But if an existing book with the same title is already doing well, I think some authors, some new authors in particular, think that, oh, I'm just going to use the title of a really popular book and then my book will pop up. No, it won't. Trust me, it won't. Your book will get buried underneath the book, the popular book of the same title. Every other book titled differently by the author of the book with the popular title, and then every other book in that genre that is doing better than yours. So do yourself a favor, come up with a unique title. So that is definitely a huge challenge, but I think I have a title and it hasn't been used. So now the next hardest part is writing the back of the book description, and I still need to do that for book 2. And then once I've got that, because I think I've got a tagline as well that I've kind of landed on. So once I've got the back of the book description, I can finish the cover. So I need to get the sketch going, because once the semester starts, I really struggle to focus on the really creative stuff like sketching. So I want to just get that done. I also want to, by the end of this month, one goal I have set is to start outlining across the Pond 4 and get every chapter up to 100 words per chapter. That's a pretty minimum goal. I mean, that's 2,400 words, so it's really not that much. So I think I can manage that. I mean, it's harder than just writing 2,400 words because you're creating the story in your head. It'll still take me some time, but I think even if I'm just spending 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there, I think I can get that level of the outline done by the end of this month. And then I want to get the line editing done in Independent Hearts 2 by the end of the month, so that in September I am moving into copy editing and proofreading. And that would hopefully put me on track. If not start copy editing sooner, that would then put me on track for an October, mid to late October launch. I'm doing good. I just have to stay in that position with that book. And then for Royal Romance, I would like to, I'm in chapter 19 right now. I'd like to write chapter 19, 20, and 21 by the end of this month. And that would leave me 22, 23, 24, and the epilogue, which will be short, for September. So I feel like that's a reasonable expectation. For teaching work, I've got all the Canvas stuff to do, all of the syllabus work to do, which it won't be that difficult. Teaching is what it is. I'm doing good. I just have to stay in that position. It's not my first time in this rodeo, so I know what I'm doing. Personal stuff, I've got a few home type stuff. I've also put some fun things. I think at the end of the month, I don't think I'm going to be able to wait until September, so I think the last week of August I'm going to decorate for fall, so I've put that on the planner. And then as far as admin stuff, there's just lots of different coaching business things I need to do. As for this week, I really love the spread I just showed you in the clip, but I've gone for a very navy and floral inspired theme. It all kind of came together and I'm really liking it. That is the thing I like about the weekly pages, the week on 2 page. It's hard for me to keep up with decorating my planner when I'm using the daily pages. I feel like it does make it easier for me to plan more strategically using the week on 2 pages instead of the daily pages, which is why in the summer I can do the daily pages, but during the semester I need the weekly page. So I've started filling that out. Some big tasks for this week are definitely cover related, but then also doing some editing in Independent Hearts every day, doing some writing in Royal Romance every day. So yeah, that's August. That is August and this week, and everything is slowly getting planned. I have to just mentally prepare myself that we're back. It's August. We're back into the new semester. I do always have mixed feelings about August. There's so many positive things, but then there's also, I don't want to say negative because the new semester isn't a negative thing. There's nothing negative happening this month. It's just the end of one season and the start of another. Like for me, August really is the start of fall because it's the start of the fall semester. Once the semester starts, which is like in the middle of August this year, my brain is it's not on summer vacation mode anymore. So it's now in fall semester mode, which means it's fall to me. So, and fall is both a positive thing and, again, not a negative thing, just I'm not on break anymore, and I guess that just feels like fall is an adjustment. August is an adjustment, I feel like. It's a transitional period from summer ending and summer break ending, a new school year beginning, a new semester beginning, but then that also means that the holidays are coming, and that's really exciting. And it's kind of really hot and humid outside because of the monsoon, but the monsoon also means that fall is soon to be arriving in the desert, and once the monsoon is done, the temperatures gradually, very, very, very gradually start to come down. And so August is always like that feeling of nothing has really changed yet, but those changes are coming, and some of those changes are really good and really exciting. And so, yeah, mixed emotions. That's how it always feels. But it is now 5:41. I need to put my headphones back on and switch over to Scrivener. All that's left on my list for today is writing and royal romance and doing some more reading and intuitive editing. So I'm going to do the writing first, cut myself off at about 6:30, and then I'm going to go get dinner started. I need to do the dishes as well. So I need to get dinner going, do the dishes, and then I think while dinner is cooking, I'll do some more reading and intuitive editing, and then I can do more reading in that later tonight. Enough talking. Time to write. Okay, I am just getting dinner going. I've got pasta on the stove, I've got some leftover sauce in the fridge, and I'm grating up some Parmesan. I have started doing a little bit of reading, so I'll go continue that in a moment. Plenty of Parmesan now, so I'm gonna pop that in the fridge. Still got a few minutes left on the pasta. Pot's about to boil over. I'm gonna go find something to watch for the last 4 minutes and 30 some seconds while that finishes. And I'm gonna sit down and eat dinner, and I'll do more reading later this evening. It is now the end of the evening. I am finishing up watching an episode of Below Deck Mediterranean. Dinner was good. Started watching Virgin River while eating dinner. This is my second time trying to watch it. So I was starting on the 3rd episode because I've already previously watched the first 2 episodes, and I still can't get into it. I'm now up to episode 5 and I'm just not invested. I do not care. I'm absolutely bored out of my mind watching this show. I know that is going to be a very, very unpopular opinion. I gave up on that. I just couldn't keep watching. It was just, it was giving me nothing. So I switched back to cheesy reality TV shows and started reading, or finished reading, this book. I'll probably talk more about this book. I do want to do a roundup of like my favorite books for writers, and I think this is definitely going to be one of them. So this is now going to be a book that I absolutely recommend to new writers, aspiring authors. Lots of really good information. I think some sections might be more valuable to some writers than others, and it doesn't get into a whole lot of detail of copy editing. So it's not like a grammar book. It's not going to help you with grammar or punctuation. You're going to want to get a style guide or something like that if that's what you're needing help with. But when it comes to the macro and micro edits for developmental editing, and then it does have a section on line editing, and that's what I was reading tonight. And I found that there was some stuff that I did already know, because I am a little bit more experienced. I'm not just starting out. I'm still new to self-publishing, but I'm like, and I'm somewhat new to fiction writing, but I'm not new to writing or editing. So there were some things that I already knew, but there were a lot of things that were either a different way of thinking about it, or that I just didn't know, that I hadn't really thought about, that I haven't encountered before. Some of the advice is a little subjective, but she also talks about that in the beginning. It does vary a lot by genre and by the market that you are writing for. And that was something else I appreciated about this book. I've read other books on editing that gradually, as I read them, it started to feel very much like this is geared towards like literary fiction. This is not, some of the advice is not really applicable to like writing romance, for example. Her book, this is Tiffany Yates Martin, her book does have more leeway for writing across genres. Whether you're doing literary fiction or genre fiction, whether you're doing romance or mystery or sci-fi, I think you will find something useful in this book. Didn't feel like it was really pigeonholing me into, well, this only works if I write in this one genre, this one writing style. Previous editing books have made me kind of want to throw the book down a couple times. This one I actually really enjoyed, and it's written in a very casual, conversational tone, which I really liked. It was worth it for me, worth the money I spent buying it and the time I spent reading it. Yeah, highly recommend this book. We'll talk about this again in a future book related video, but for those of you who've been waiting for my final verdict, yes, I liked it. Yes, I would recommend it. I think it's got really broad appeal to a wide range of writers. So let me know if you've read it. I'd like to know. So yeah, that can be one of our questions for the vlog. So I'm going to wrap this vlog up. So I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. All of that good standard YouTube-y stuff. I'd really appreciate it. Our questions for the vlog. If you are one of my writer friends, author friends, have you read Intuitive Editing? And or are there other books on editing that you would recommend? Because editing is definitely a skill that I am trying to build. So I'm always looking for more books on editing. Our other question of the vlog, if you are like me and you don't like Virgin River, or you've tried it, you just can't get into it, let me know. Help me feel a little less alone. If you do love Virgin River, you know, I could say you can try to say something to convince me to give it a third chance. I just don't think that's possible. Yeah, maybe you guys can make me feel better about what's a show that everyone else loves that you just can't get into. No hate or shade to the people who like Virgin River. I don't think it's a bad show. It's just not for me. So I'd love to know if there's a show that you feel that way about, where you admit it's a good show, you see why people like it, you know, you don't think badly of the people who love it, it's just not for you. I feel like that's where I'm at. Would love to know if I'm alone in that experience, or if you've had a similar experience with another show. So lots of things to talk about in the comments, so I will see you down there shortly and we can chat. And yeah, I will see you all very soon in the next vlog. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye!